Tell you what I'm gonna do, Leaf. I'm gonna call that $10.
Here's your 10. And 10 more. His luck can't go on forever.
I wish you fellas had stopped fussing that way. After all, I didn't want to play this dang game in the first place. There's, your 10. And, there's another 10.
Well, I got your new saddle in my carbine, so let's go.
Yeah, wait a minute, Adam. Let me play this hand up. That's $20 to me, right? All right, I ain't got but 10, so I'm 10 in the pot.
I'm gonna call that 10.
You mean you've lost all that $400 my brother paid you for that horse?
Look, I feel bad enough as it is now. Just be quiet, will you? Let's see your cards, Leif.
Ain't it a caution how them cards just fell together?
I never did see such a town. I lost my poke, I lost my horse, I lost the money I got for the horse. I'm getting out of here while I still got boots to walk in.
Goodbye, fella.
Well, Leif, looks like you won yourself a little pile of money there. How much did you lose, big brother?
Oh, he only lost exactly $160.
$160? Boy, you need a keeper.
Dad, burn it, Adam, I felt lucky.
Well, the next time you feel lucky, let me know, will you? I'll see if I can't lock you up somewhere. Well, let's get this horse back to the ranch.
Wait a minute, Adam. You can't take that horse away from here.
What are you talking about? You gave him the $400 for the horse, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the horse trader lost the $400 to me.
Well, that's his bad luck.
Oh, well, the horse had a little bad luck, too. He lost $160.
Why don't you sue him for it?
Oh, I wouldn't sue him. I'd just, sell the horse.
You a what?
Adam, look. After I borrowed that first 100, Leif here made me put the horse up for security on the rest of it.
Security?
Yeah. Security.
Yeah, security.
You know, if you weren't so big, I'd just poke you one right in the mouth. Well, we'll get you your 160 somehow.
Yeah, and make it soon, or I'll sell him. I got enough hay burners around here already.
Leif, how come you're so hungry?
It's the business I'm in. These critters standing around eating and drinking and making me do all the work. I just hate them.
Like you hate poker.
Yeah. I'm just plain mean.
Yeah, you sure are.
Hey, Adam, maybe we get that money off of Paul, huh?
For a thoroughbred racehorse? You know how he feels about horses that can't earn their keep.
Yeah, but what if we explained to him about the sweepstakes in Virginia City at the end of the month and the winner taking $1,500?
Yeah, but you gotta win to get it.
Adam would have the only thoroughbred racehorse in the whole race.
Well, he may have the only thoroughbred horse in the race that's gonna lose. Man, of all the fool things, you sure take the prize.
Dadgummit, Adam. We'll get it somehow.
If I'd have known what you were doing, I never would have spent the rest of the money on your saddle and my rifle.
Oh, let me see your new rifle.
Hey, see somebody's got himself a brand new saddle.
Yeah, Paul got it down at Lone Star Leather.
Oh, don't tell me Lev Davis made this.
Handmade all the way through.
Yeah, that's the mail came in for you, too.
Okay.
What a beauty.
Joseph, will you take your feet off the settee?
Yes, sir. I saw this rifle down at Spence Pullins. Sure wish I could afford one like it.
Well, if you saved your money, you could.
Yeah, you ain't got none of that stuff stashed out somewhere, have you, little brother?
Who, me? Heck no.
Couldn't hang on to $1 if it was tied to. Give me that thing before you wear it out.
That's right. You know, Joe, you need to develop some better habits with your money than that.
Yes, and you're just the one to teach him, aren't you?
Now, listen to this. Joseph, how many times do I have to tell you? It's from Enos Muford. So, Ben, if you could spare one of your boys for a few weeks to lend me a hand with the stock, I'd be obliged. Some of the stock has been ridden and gentle. I figure about $12 a head. Should be a fair price to finish the job. You're a good friend, Enos Muford.
$12 a head, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How many has he got left?
Well, he's got 18 horses.
$12 a head. That'd 18 be...
$216.
Yeah, that's right. That's almost $100. That's better than $100 a week. Figuring 2 weeks to bust them.
I'll go.
Well, wait a minute. At $100 a week, we can both go. I'm pretty near finished that fence anyhow, Paul.
Now, hold on a minute now. I can't spare everybody. Only one of you can go.
Well, it doesn't make a difference as long as one of us goes.
Yeah, that's all right. You go, Adam.
Well, wait a minute. You two aren't the only ones around here who can sit a bronc.
He's right. He should have a chance to go, too. All right, we'll do it the fair way. We'll draw for it. Let's go. Now, the one who picks the short match will not go. The one who picks the long one will.
Well, 2-to-1 odds isn't too bad.
So we have 2 short ones and 1 long one. Adam?
You go first, little brother.
You're older than I am. You go first.
Oh, come on.
All right, that's it.
Just isn't our day, is it?
Dadgummit of all the cons.
Come on, hoss.
Oh, youth must be served.
Seems a shame to send a boy to do a man's job.
Oh, I think maybe this boy could manage it. Huh?
Yeah, but Paul, all that money in here, just throw it away like he always does.
Well, I agree that his money habits aren't all that they should be.
Well, don't you worry, Pa. Don't you worry about that. No, indeedy. Not after seeing this new rifle Adams. I'm going to develop some new money-saving habits.
Would you mind?
Well, I'm glad you're picking up some of your older brother's better habits.
Always like to hear from Ben one way or the other.
Yeah, I heard a lot about them Cartwrights. Sure must be something. Folks say they know more about ranching than anybody in the territory.
I wouldn't say that. Though I guess I did teach Ben Cartwright all he knows about ranching. Couldn't help but some of it rub off on his sons.
Go so.
You'll earn that $12 a head breaking these broncs.
Yeah, he sure will.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Cora says that you got tossed off of most of them before you hurt your back.
Now, see here, Sam Finney. I wouldn't be repeating that around, you hear? Now, get down off that fence and help me saddle up one of them blasted broncs. I'm not waiting for the Cartwrights.
But Cora says you should stay away from them broncs.
Cora says women should stick to their pies and cooking and leave men's work to a man. Pete, bring him in.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Well, I still think you ought to wait for one of them Cartwrights. Man of your age.
Man my age? Why, you old coot, I'm 20 years younger than you.
Well, that still puts you past the middling years.
Well, shut up and hold that bronc.
What are you up to? Oh, I do believe, Enos Milford, you must be in your second childhood. You'll be small comfort to me if you break your neck.
Will you stop that screeching and yelling? I'm having enough trouble with this bronc without you. Cut him loose.
Enos, are you all right? Enos.
See what you've done?
What is it?
You broke my watch.
Of all the hard-headed, stubbornest husbands the good Lord ever gave to a woman, Now, you get up and get out of this corral, Enos Milford.
I'll never be able to ride him with you in this corral. Now,
Land sakes! Little Joe!
Howdy, Mrs. Milford.
Oh, we didn't see you coming. My, how you've grown.
come on, leave me be. Didn't know when you'd get here.
How are you?
So I just thought I'd take the top off that there jughead.
Good to see you.
He must have stepped in the hole.
Enos.
I'd like you to meet a neighbor friend of mine, Sam Finney.
Sam, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Cartwright.
Just call me Joe.
Oh, just seeing you again, little Joe, makes me realize how time flies.
That's been a long time. Must be about 2 years, Mrs. Milford. How's the ranch going?
Oh, not so good. With taxes and the price of feed up, and me being retired.
You see what I have to put up with? Ever since he's retired, he's been like an old range steer.
Cora, you just handle the house chores and cooking, and I'll handle the business matters in my own way. Speaking of cooking, I'll bet little Joe would like a slice of your famous apple pie you were baking.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Pie?
Yeah.
Oh, Enos. I guess none of us is perfect.
Now, there, little Joe. That little bay there, she's still rough, but I sat her till she started banging me up against the corral fence, and I had to get off.
Yeah, well?
Well, what?
Well, then she's never been rode.
Oh, I sure enough had her whipped until she started bumping my leg against the corral fence.
Yeah, what about the others?
Oh, that Sorrel and Black. Oh, they gave me plenty of trouble.
Well, what about the Sorrel and Black?
Well, the Sorrel broke my cinch when I nearly had him until me and him parted company.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What about the Black?
Well, the truth is, I lost the stirrup. And you know as well as I, little Joe, that a bucking horse will generally pile you good if that happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. Mr. Milford, I thought I was stealing when my pa told me you'd pay me $12 a head to break that stock of yours, including the ones that you'd claimed you gentled yourself. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know how many horses out there have thrown you.
But you said you could handle the rough ones.
Oh, I can. I can, but you know and I know that any horse out there that's tossed you is going to be tougher to stick on the next time. And I got to stick on those horses till they're broke where they throw me 50 times or more.
So?
So I'll ride all the stock. And I'll charge you $15 a head for the ones you rode and $12 for the others.
Now, see here, little Joe Cartwright. You're not squeezing me for more money. Talk like that sounds like your pa put you up to it.
My pa did not put me up to this. I put me up to this.
Yeah?
If you don't like the deal, well, get yourself another rider. Well?
How about $13.50?
How about $15?
You're pretty shrewd for a young man.
Yeah, that's a habit I've been developing lately.
All right, little Joe. It's a deal.
Mr. Milford, that's a wise choice.
Oh, howdy, fellas. Hope you didn't come in here to play that dang game again.
No, we didn't come in to play the dang game. We come in to get our danged horse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was coming out there to see you about that.
Hey, ain't nothing happened to him, has it, Leif?
Oh, no, nothing, except he eats more than any critter I ever had in here. It's caution how that critter eats. And then with no exercise, he starts kicking down the stall.
Well, then we'll just have to take him off your hands, get him back to our place.
Oh, well, you got the 160?
Well, not exactly, but...
No buts. No money. No horse.
Oh, now, come on, Leif. Dadgummit, you know me and Adam. You know you'll get your money.
Well, where is it then?
We've overextended ourselves lately, and we're a little short.
Well, your pa's got lots of it. Why don't you get it from him?
Well, you see, every family has its quirks, and under the circumstances, going to our pa is one of them.
Oh. Well, how about little Joe? Everybody knows how he throws his money around. By the way, I ain't seen little Joe lately. Where's he been?
He's been working.
A couple of weeks now.
Yeah, come on, Adam. We'll see you, Leif.
I'll give you just 2 days to get that critter out of here. Why you ever want a hay burner like that, I'll never know.
Hello, brothers.
Little brother, looks like he's all in one piece, don't it, Adam?
Yeah, but can he move?
Yeah, well, I'm hurting a little bit, but the money kind of soothes all that.
Well, with all that hurting, you must be doing a pretty good job.
If you're hurting too bad, I'll be happy to take over for you.
Oh, that's terribly generous of you, but I think I can handle it. What's it all about? You two certainly didn't come over here just to visit.
Why else would we, little brother?
Well, because it's a long ride from the Ponderosa, and we grew up together, remember?
You know, I think our younger brother is losing a little respect for his elders since he began making all that money.
You're right, Adam. He's getting plumb smart alecky.
Oh, boy. Talk like that sounds like you're about a foot away from cattle rustling.
How would you like to own a real racehorse? Long-legged Kentucky thoroughbred. You see, we got a chance to buy, I should say, steal from this dead-broke horse trader, the swiftest-looking animal you ever laid eyes on.
Now, I may have a couple of faults, but when it comes to judging horse flesh, there ain't nobody else in this territory that's better than me. This horse is a winner.
How much you want to borrow?
You know, little Joe seems to be developing a certain kind of hardness, don't he?
We need 160.
How come you didn't borrow it from Pa?
You know how he is about riding stock that you can't work cattle with.
Look, Joe, we just want to buy this horse for the one race there in Virginia City. And we're going to sell him right after he wins.
No, you can't lose. This horse can fly. We'll split the 1,500 three ways, you, horse, and me.
What do I get for security?
Security.
Security?
Security. You want $160.
You can't lose.
Oh, come on, Adam. Look, I know you're a good judge of horse flesh, but you're talking about winning a race that hasn't been run yet. Now, there is a possibility. Now, let me upset you. I know it is a remote possibility, but there is a possibility he could lose.
Hey, Joe, look. Why don't you do me and old Adam a real big favor and loan us that money?
Security.
You loan a third of the horse?
Security.
Joe, you can't lose.
Oh. Security.
Security. You keep talking about security. Now, what do you consider security?
Well, what are you yelling at? You want me to spend $160 for that horse? I don't need the horse.
Go ahead.
Hey, well, look at it from my point of view now. You want me to buy a third interest in a horse I've never seen? You want me to buy a pig and a poke without any kind of security, eh?
All right. What do you consider security?
Oh, little things. Your new saddle. And that new rifle Adam just bought.
You are a thief.
Steal from his own kin. Give up on the whole thing.
No, wait. Now, I know that we're only half brothers, but we are brothers. Agreed?
No, I always thought so till now.
All right. Our young brother here wants security for $160. So, let's give it to him. If the horse wins, you get 1/3 of the $1,500 prize money. If he loses, we give you our share of the horse to sell as you so please. Is it a deal?
Is that horse as fast as he says it is?
Like Adam said, he ain't no fool when it comes to judging livestock, Joe.
Well, that saddle of yours wouldn't have done me much good anyway. Size of that thing. But boy, you know, that rifle of Adam's, that's a nice one. So if the horse loses, I want the horse and the rifle.
All right. Shylock.
It's a deal. Hey, it really was nice of Pa and Adam to talk to me about using my head about money.
Yeah, you're getting good at it too, Joe.
I'll go inside and see if I can get that advance.
Excuse me, Adam.
Security.
Well, what brings you boys over here? You get lonesome for little Joseph?
We were. We just got over it.
No, we came over to talk about some business.
Yep. I'm afraid it wasn't the smartest thing we ever did, neither.
Well, now, what kind of business you boys in?
We bought ourselves a racehorse.
A racehorse?
A racehorse?
Yes, sir. A real honest-to-gosh thoroughbred. We're going to enter him in that Virginia City race next week.
That a fact?
Enos, get that look out of your eye.
What's wrong, Mrs. Milford?
Enos once bought himself a racehorse. Almost lost his shirt on it, too.
He's the one, Cora, if he hadn't have fallen and broke a leg.
Nevertheless, I don't hold with racing or betting. And I'm surprised your pa'd let you boys get mixed up in it.
Well, actually, he hasn't had a chance to say anything about it yet.
Well, now, that's what comes of men living without a woman around. I tell you, whenever a man
Cora,
tries to go
stop that cackling and set out some pie for the boys. They've been looking forward to it.
Well, goodness, if I'd only known they were coming, I'd just put the pies in the oven. They're not done yet.
Cora, you're giving me a reputation as a liar. I keep bragging on your cooking, and you keep having pies that ain't done or are all burnt up.
Well, actually, we gotta be getting back to town.
Hey, little Joe, now, here's your money.
Give it a horse.
Horse?
Now, you tell your pa what I said about getting mixed up with racehorses. You hear?
Yes.
I think he ought to think twice on it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the coffee.
Enos. Ooh.
Paul don't bust his vest when he finds out what we done.
There's not much we can do about it now. Why don't you go on in and I'll feed him and bed him down.
Now, wait a minute, Adam. You feed him and I'll bed him down, then we'll both go in and talk to Paul.
Come on. You know, you're beginning to act just like another brother of mine.
Oh, Adam, it ain't that. That Burns just that. Well, I sure do hate to face Paul alone, that's all.
Why?
Oh, hello.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Well?
We bought a horse.
You bought a horse?
Yeah, Paul, and
He's taller than anything we have here on the ranch.
Oh, he sure is.
He sure is. You intend to cut cattle or do some roping with this giraffe?
No. This is a racehorse. We bought him straight from Kentucky.
The racehorse? Yeah. Straight from Kentucky. How many times have I told you two that if an animal doesn't carry its own weight here, we don't need it?
No, you don't understand. You see, we're going to enter him in the race in Virginia City, and when we win the $1,500, then we're going to sell him.
But Paul, he can sure run.
Horse, he can sure eat. Regular hay burner, ain't it?
Paul, Adam took him out for a little run this afternoon, and there ain't a horse on this whole place that can even make him breathe hard.
Oh, that's for sure.
That wrong?
Yeah, look at his chest.
Yeah. Take a look at these legs, too, Paul. Right here. It's deep. Look at those legs, Paul. You ever seen anything like it? Ain't he something?
How's the staying power?
Oh, he can run all day.
What'd you pay for him?
What did we pay?
Paul, would you say $400 was too much money to pay for an animal like that?
$400?
Cash money.
You have a bill of sale?
Oh, yeah, sure. Right here. Mm-hmm.
What's the matter? Something wrong?
You stole the horse.
What?
Yeah. This horse is worth $1,000.
Didn't I tell you? Huh? Didn't I tell you he's worth every
As a
cent
matter
we
of
paid for
fact,
him?
he's worth $1,500 to anyone who wants a racehorse.
What do you mean by that, Paul?
Well, I guess the only way you can earn his board and keep is by entering him in that Virginia City race.
That's right. That's right. And that's what we're going to do, Paul.
You are?
The only thing is we're going to have to borrow $25 for the entrance fee.
$25? How'd you boys get that broke?
Well, that's a long, sad story. Now, the point is, Pa, can you loan us 25?
Yeah. And maybe another 100 or so we can make a few side bets.
How much?
75?
$50?
25 for the fee, huh?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll lend you 25 for the fee and $50 apiece for the side bets.
Hey. Great.
Of course, if I'm going to lend you that kind of money, I'm afraid I'm simply going to have to...
We know, Paul. Security.
Yeah.
These are really good cookies, ma'am.
Well, thank you.
Well, I've been meaning to tell you, little Joe, you've been doing a fine job. Near as good as me in my younger days.
Thank you.
But for $15...
Enos, now don't start that again.
Well, Cora, it's getting late now. You should get ready for bed.
Yeah, I think you're right. Night, little Joe.
Good night, ma'am. Pleasant dreams.
Enos?
Oh, yeah. We gotta put the stock to bed, so you go to bed. Good night, dear.
Why don't you shave once in a while?
I will, honey. Good night. I'll be up later.
Now we better get that stock checked.
Oh, no. Just a minute. Want to ask you something. That little black horse you were breaking, he as fast as he looks?
Mm-hmm. It's about the fastest little animal I ever rode.
How long you think it would take to get him set for racing?
Racing? You're not figuring on racing that horse, are you?
Well, it might be if you thought we could get him ready by time. You know, that $1,500 purse is mighty inviting.
You figuring on riding him?
Well, I couldn't, but I thought maybe you'd like to. Of course, naturally, I'd make it worth your while. You win, I'll give you $400.
Oh, I don't know, though. You know, my brother's having that horse in the race. It just doesn't seem right for me to ride against him.
Now, little Joe, you just don't understand now. You can't lose.
Well, what a race. Nobody can lose it.
Don't you remember? You told me if the thoroughbred wins, you get $500 of the purse, plus the third interest of the horse.
That's right.
But if Blackie wins, you get $400, and the brothers have to give you the thoroughbred and the rifle.
Hey, no, Mr. Milford, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, well, you were just looking at one side of it.
Yeah, I guess I was.
Yeah. Got something I want to show you. Now, what you're about to see may be our ace in the hole. An English riding saddle.
Yeah, was that all of it?
Yeah, I've had this one for a long time. All I had left after that racehorse of mine fell down and broke his leg. Feel his weight.
Hey. Hey, that thing doesn't hardly weigh anything at all, does it?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if a horse could run a mite faster with this on his back instead of one of ours.
You know, I bet you're right. I bet you are right.
Yeah.
I just wonder if the racing committee lets you use it.
Oh, I've already checked the rules. It says all horses will be ridden with a saddle. Now, just because this one looks more like a napkin with stirrups on it, nobody can say it ain't a proper saddle.
It's a saddle, all right.
Yeah.
Boy, you really checked this thing out, huh?
I sure did.
There's just one thing.
What?
Well, I think that for training and riding this horse, it's just worth more than $400. Just to be fair, I should get $500. $500, you got yourself a rider.
$450.
$500.
$500. You know, little Joe, I'm beginning to think the only way to get ahead of you is walk behind you. Now, just one more little favor. Let's keep this kind of a secret from Cora, I mean, you know. You know how she feels about racing.
Don't you worry about it. So, Mr. Milford, there's one thing you and I understand. It's women.
Enos!
Yes, dear.
Hey, the saddle.
Oh, the saddle.
Here he comes. Hey, sure can run. Gonna take a mighty good horse to beat him.
I hope you're right. We'll find out day after tomorrow.
I'm glad you're on our side this time, you old coot.
I've got a feeling your brother's gonna do some yelling about this saddle.
I got a feeling they're going to do some yelling about who's sitting in that saddle.
Hey, little brother. Glad to see you here. Came to see our horse win, huh? You can start counting your money right now.
Well, Mr. Milford, what you got here?
A horse. A racehorse.
A racehorse. You ain't planning on running this little puny thing against that big long-legged thoroughbred of ours, are you?
Who's gonna ride him?
Well, I was meaning to talk to you about that, Adam, but I've been so busy all week.
What you're trying not to tell me is that you were going to ride him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, wait a minute, Joe. You mean you're going to ride this horse against our racehorse? You got a third interest in him yourself.
We know that, but that ain't enough.
Wait a minute. Come again on that a little bit slower, Mr. Milford.
Look, if he wins from me, he gets $500 for riding, plus all your losing horse, plus your rifle at him. But if he loses and you win, he gets $500 from the prize and only a third of your horse.
You know, it seems to me that our little brother has learned some very interesting ways since he left the home hearth.
Yes, sir. He's putting together some real dandy little tricks, ain't he?
Yeah, well, you fellas told me I should get better habits about saving money.
Don't you think you're overdoing it, little brother?
Well, I wouldn't worry too much. Looks like a pretty small horse. You think he can last the race in a dead run?
Just would like you to clean and polish that rifle of yours before you give it to me.
Race isn't run yet.
Come on, Adam. We got to get saddled up anyhow.
I'll be. What kind of a saddle's little Joe sitting?
It looks like one of those English kind, huh?
I'm not too sure an English saddle is acceptable in this race.
Now, Clem, if Enos is using one on his horse, you can believe it. He's read the rules pretty close.
No, Ben.
A bit grand, wouldn't you say?
Enos, there's some question about that saddle there.
Well, now, Clem, according to the rules, it says all mounts will be ridden with a saddle. Now, I reckon out here that this little piece of leather wouldn't be considered much of one. But it's made of leather, got a seat, stirrups, and tied on with a cinch. Now, if that don't make a saddle, I don't know what does.
Well, Clem, he's right, you know. If you want to change the rules, you're going to have to wait till next year. Right now, he's got to.
Let's get on with the race.
You all know the rules of the race. In case some of you have forgotten, here they are. All you riders know the big elm tree about a half mile out of town. Well, you'll all circle it. Tree on your right, and back here to the finish.
You know, read them good now. Read them, you hear? Yeah, come on.
Now, don't get too excited, Enos. Remember what happened last time?
Now, Sam, you promised not to tell it.
He didn't. I saw you sneak off this morning. I just made Sam drive me in.
Enos, they're going to start.
Well, at least you can put that poor horse back to work after he loses.
Woman, why don't you go burn a pie?
On your marks. Get set. Go!
Such a small horse, but you did it.
Well, I think the weight of that saddle might have made a little difference.
Mustn't hurts. I gotta admit, it's the prettiest race I ever seen run, Joe.
Thank you.
Well, this thoroughbred just isn't as thorough as I thought he was.
Too bad, Adam, but it was a good race. Little Joe, you really slickered them with that little saddle of yours.
I'll pay you all off. I'll pay you all off much as I hate to.
All right.
Congratulations, little Joe. Come on, let's give our horse a rub down. Come on.
All right, partner.
Yeah.
You take him.
Come on.
And, now I'll take my other horse.
Don't remind me.
I don't think I like this much. What's the matter? Oh, you too? Here.
Enos Milford,
Now, Cora.
have you lost your senses?
Cora, let me explain.
But what do you want him for? He ain't good for anything on the ranch.
Oh, just look at him, Cora. Just look at him. As pretty an animal as God ever created. And I just couldn't resist trading Blackie for him.
But at least Blackie was good for something beside fool horse racing.
Mother, this big horse means a lot to me. Oh, sure, I know he's useless, but I've always wanted a thoroughbred. And even if all he can do is eat and whinny, it's, sort of something I've wanted ever since I was a boy.
Enos, sometimes I'll just never understand men. Oh, let's take this big hay burner and get home.
All right. Thanks for the horse.
Enos got himself a mighty fine animal.
Well, Mr. Milford wanted that thoroughbred so bad, Pa, I couldn't very well refuse him. Besides, old Blackie here's nothing but working stock. that's a beauty. I got a scabbard.
Looks like little Joe won all the marbles. Cinch race.
You fellas in that animal sure cost me a lot of money. Here you are, horse. Here's what you won.
How about a beer, Leaf? I'll buy you a beer. Come on.
Just a minute. What is going on here?
Well, Adam, you see, I put up my new saddle for security to borrow the money to make that bet with.
But we lost.
I know you did, Adam, and I'm sorry about that.
Now, let me get this straight. You are telling me that you bet against our horse?
Adam, old Leif was making such good odds, I just couldn't resist. Oh, Adam, wait a minute. I tell you what I'll do, Adam. Why don't you take this money and buy your rifle back? I won't, no security. How about, how come I don't go down and buy you a beer? Well, I'll buy you a beer, too. You, Leif, I'll buy everybody a beer. You want a beer? You don't want your rifle back? You don't want the money.
How much do you want to bet on this one?
What you got for security?